Hello everyone. Welcome to Wild World. My memories are vast yet unexplored in a way for this game. I love this game, but in my opinion I think City Folk is better. Reasons being is because City Folk felt like more of a complete experience. It's got more items and it just all together it has way better sections than most games did at the time. And there was just lots of stuff to do and see. But let's talk about Wild World now, because that's what I have you here for. Here's my memories from this game. Back in 2010, I had walked to my latest GameStop, which was still around. It's not that far from me. And purchased Wild World for DS, because at that time, guys, I had a DSi system. So I picked it up, and long story short, I love the game. All the customization options for clothes, flags, house colors, and all the different items and furniture blew me away. Never at that time did I see such an amazing variety of in-game objects that could be used to express yourself. It was a golden idea, and I still praise Nintendo of America for this to this day. I love the Able Sisters shop. It was my favorite place to go because I don't know about you, but I love making designs for myself and others. I love it so much. It's such a great expression of your artistic thoughts and ideals. Now let's discuss another place in the game I flock to quite frequently. The Roost. Two reasons I went to the Roost often, and quite frankly, these are really good reasons. Most of people take the Roost for granted because you just went there every Saturday night for KK Slider. But I went there for much more. I liked being there. It was such a casual and inviting environment. It felt like I could just do poetry right then and there and nobody would care. Or maybe they would. I hope that they would. Anyway, the Roost was a very great place to go to for me. I enjoyed it so much, and it's the simplicity of things that matters to me. At the time, I was a little bit younger than I was today, and I enjoyed it for all that it was worth because the experience is what matters when you play a game. So the two reasons in particular that I went to the Roost was one, for the amazing tasting coffee for sale for cheap prices. I mean, really cheap. I liked the coffee, it was really good. I drank it every time I could. I mean, probably had a few too many, but I'm not a drinker. And two was on Saturday nights. I always went to the Roost to jam out with my favorite music artist of all time besides Michael Jackson, KK Slider. His music was so heartfelt and enriching for my ears. You can't help but shake and dance along. Sometimes the music made you feel differently, whether it was happy, sad, angry. Sometimes it would be out of this world and make you feel the most pleasant you would ever have in your entire life. I guess KK in a way is a great addition to the atmosphere of the game. It made me feel so good when I was playing. And on Saturday nights, after I was done in the roost, I always remembered going outside and looking at the top screen at the stars, because that's, in real life and in games, that is my favorite thing to do. Looking up at the stars and wishing for the future and taking life step by step, which is exactly what Wild World taught me to do. The Animal Crossing franchise is such a great example of a simulation game because it makes you feel so much like you're in the game. Like you're living the life your character is with all these animals as your neighbors, and it just all together it blends in very, very well, and sometimes too well. And I don't know how much more I can say about this game and the franchise. I love Animal Crossing. There's so many quirky characters. There's so much to do and see. You can go bug catching for contests. You can recycle things for money. You can decorate your house, upgrade your house. You can find shells on the beach. If you like to look at the fishies, you might find some shells. There's just so much to do. But this is Animal Crossing Wild World. We'll see you in the next part. Hello everyone. Welcome to Animal Crossing City Folk with RetroVGN Nerd. I have two guests with me today to share the experiences and bask in the creativity of this exciting Nintendo Wii console game. Super Mario Master 91 and Coco, also known as KyucumberChan. So, without further ado, I'll let KyucumberChan take it away because normally in my videos, I let Mario Master start. Coco, be yourself and tell the nice internet people your experiences in detail of City Folk for Wii.
I really like City Folk because I like to make neat clothing, and when I first got City Folk, I was really happy because it was a new Animal Crossing game, and it seemed like it was quite a while since the last one came out, so it was pretty exciting. Yeah. Supposed to say much more?
Yeah. Just let it flow, sister.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I really liked how you were able to design the front and backings of the clothing. That's always really fun. My favorite part of Animal Crossing is usually making new outfits and being able to wear like cosplays.
Did you have any fond multiplayer memories?
Oh yeah, sometimes I would go over to my friend's town who is really great at drawing, so she would make like the coolest little patterns. Like she made a Nyan Cat path that stretched almost all the way across her town. It was so cool. And I would sometimes I would try to make my own pathways, but it would never really turn out as great as most people's that I would see online and stuff. I heard lots of people would play games over a multiplayer thing, but I never really did any of that.
Alrighty. Super Mario Master, you have the floor.
Well, let's see. One of the neatest things I thought with City Folk was the Wii Speak accessory. How you can actually talk to other players with the microphone. So I got to hear a lot of people who I knew for the first time, like with their voices. And I thought that was like, I thought that was really handy because like with the keyboard, you'd have to use the Wii remote to type everything, and I thought that was like really annoying because you have to stop in your tracks and like type everything. So that was pretty annoying. I like City Folk a lot. Like I like the city aspect, but I didn't like it how like some of the like Katrina and all them, like they used to be fun because like you never know when they like would arrive, but like on the city they were always there. So I guess I was like good for that, but I like more of the surprising feature. I didn't like City Folk as much as Wild World only because it felt more the same. Like I don't hate City Folk. I think it's a really good Animal Crossing entry. I just don't like it as much as the other two. Not to sound like mean about the game, but I still like it a lot. I like what Coco said, how you can design different patterns for like the back of the shirt and the front of the shirt and almost like stuff like that. I like placing. I actually like placing patterns down around the town. Like she said, I tried making some stuff. Some came out good. Some came out just stupid looking. What else did I thought that was a game that was cool? I'm trying to think what else. I had a lot of multiplayer memories because I played that game a ton online, more than I did offline. Like my gate was like always open, so I was always ready to play with friends, and we fished a lot, catch bugs, talk about stuff, and yeah, we did other things here and there. But I think that's all I can really think of for right now. What about you, Timster?
I guess I'll go on a long tirade. My experiences for City Folk started approximately, I'd have to say, 09. Because I got this game before I got Wild World. When I got my Nintendo Wii system and it was all new and fresh, I decided that would be at least the second or third game I would purchase. So, that magical day when I went up to GameStop to purchase City Folk, I got the Wii Speak along with it. I could have been a cheapo and get the regular one, but I decided since it's new technology, I'd try it out. I remember exactly who I was playing multiplayer with at the time. I was playing with people from friendcodes.com, the forum there, which had a lot of new games at the time. People would set up events and everything, and tournaments for the games that they would be playing. And there was a lot like Pokemon, Diamond Pearl, and Mario Kart DS, and there was just so much to do on that site. So around that time I was playing with members of that forum site, and we would go on Animal Crossing City Folk to go play around in the city and go to each other's towns. And I was blown away when I saw some of their towns, and it made me want to try and make my town prettier and make my town more organized and noteworthy. I wanted to make an impact, but on that game in particular, unlike the other ones, it was way harder to do some of those things. The reason being is you had to earn everything in the game. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I love that part of the game. Others took more time to get than some items. Now, for the single player though, the single player experience was quite enriching, and I have to say it's one of my favorite Nintendo experiences of all time, besides Super Mario Bros. For NES. Just going all the places and interacting with your townsfolk made the game feel really, really, really fun to play, and I think more games need to be like that nowadays. There was such a variety of clothing you could pick up. You even got designs from other towns, and that went into play. You got to see what other people were doing. You got to see what other people were making. It was just so great. Yes?
I was gonna say, what kind of designs did you make in your town, Tim?
Okay. Tarifa's flag, which was the name of my town in City Folk and Wild World, I believe. Tarifa's flag looked... It's hard to describe it, really. It was just a whole bunch of lines. It was like little diagonal lines and stuff. I don't exactly remember what my flag looked like, but it was pretty unique. As for the clothing, I like to make patterns, like, say, triangles with dots every now and then, and I just tinkered around with a lot of shapes and colors. I didn't really make anything noteworthy because at the time I wasn't really focused on that. I was just focused on simple designs and having fun with the game, which is what you're really supposed to do, folks. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
This game was just so fun to play, and I think as we get closer, and we're doing this as part of our Animal Crossing week on the low battery forums, which I will put in the description, by the way. Since we're doing Animal Crossing week, I thought I'd let you guys in on June 9th, a very important date for all Animal Crossers and Nintendo fans, as the new entry into the Animal Crossing franchise, Animal Crossing New Leaf, will be at stores near you. I'd advise at this point in time, if you went to your nearest retail store, reference to New Leaf, your nearest retail store, aka GameStop, Best Buy, Target, or whatever you have near you that sells games, and go pre-order the game right now, because I guarantee, as Coco has said to me in Mario Master, it will sell out pretty quick. So get your hands on it now, or you'll regret it. It's going to be a really fantastic game. Now let's get back to City Folk, please. Alright. So another thing I liked about City Folk is that the city, it was so expansive at the time, and it was a really great addition to the game. It made it full. It made it City Folk. You had cities, and you had your townsfolk. And you had your townsfolk in the city sometimes. So let's elaborate on the city part of the game. The city part of the game is where you went to places like Shampoodle and other shops, especially Crazy Red's shop. Oh, don't get me started on that guy. He's pretty crazy. The environment was so enriching, I can't really speak much about it. It was just so beautiful to see. There was a fountain in the middle. There was the balloon guy that gave out interesting balloons and other trinkets. And there was also a plethora of animals there that you could talk to outside. And that's one of the main things I did. I went up to every animal every time I went to the city and talked to them and see what they had to say. Interaction is a key part of Animal Crossing games, because interaction is everything. Everything, even down to the wire. You're constantly moving and interacting with things and objects and people. It's just, it may feel so much to take in at one time, but that's just the subtle beauty of it. Animal Crossing teaches us about morals, manners, nice things to do, communication, and lots of things that we need to learn in life. And I think most people shouldn't take that for granted. It's just a great game that has little life lessons put into it. Please go pick up a copy of City Folk and Wild World if you haven't experienced it yet. You won't be sorry. These are really great games. So on that note, this is Super Mario Master 91.
Oh yeah, that's me!
KyucumberChan. and Retro Video Game Nerd signing out. And I remind you to game smart. Have a nice day, everyone.
Sayonara.